It all started because I went to the movies with my boyfriend's brother, no, asterisk her asterisk boyfriend's brother, and she mistakenly thought I was the other woman. In a fit of rage, she brought a group of people and stormed into my dorm. "You lowlife, how dare you seduce Ethan Chin? How dare you try to be his mistress?" she screamed, live streaming the whole thing, hitting and cursing me until my body was covered in bruises. "Ethan Chin helped you, and now you're trying to steal him and make him your boyfriend? You're jealous of me, aren't you? Trying to worm your way between us, you cheap hussy." I coughed up blood, my vision blurring. Finally, my brother arrived. That day was a weekend. My roommates were all out. I had just returned from the cafeteria, a lunchbox still in my hand, when I saw a boisterous group of people heading towards the girls' dormitory. Leading them was a girl with a furious expression. "Grab that vixen for me. We've barely been together and this mistress already wants to step all over me. Today, I'm going to teach her a lesson. Catching a mistress right here on campus, that's a rare sight." I just glanced at them and went back to my room to eat. I had barely taken 2 bites when bam, 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 a violent knocking echoed at my door. Open up now." My heart leaped. I had no idea what was happening. Hesitantly, I opened the door. The moment I looked up, I was met by the very group I'd seen earlier. A sense of unease swelled within me. The next second, the girl at the front grabbed my hair and landed a stinging blow across my face. "Who are you people? On what grounds are you hitting me?" I pushed her away, astonished. Her anger was sky-high. "On what grounds? You're a mistress, and you dare ask on what grounds? On the grounds that I'm Ethan Chin's girlfriend." Ethan Chin, that's my brother's name. It was only then that I understood. She had misunderstood. I quickly explained, "You've got it all wrong. I'm Ethan Chin's younger sister, not a mistress." The group suddenly froze. "Sister? Does Ethan Chin have a sister?" Even Chloe Hua hesitated for a moment. "It seems he does have a sister, actually." I breathed a sigh of relief, but just then, a man in the group rummaged through my desk and held up my student ID. "What sister? Her surname isn't Chin. Her name is Serena Shen." Chloe Hua's face instantly darkened. She grabbed my face tightly. "You liar! Different surnames and you dare claim to be his sister. Do you think I'm stupid?" I angrily knocked her hand away, refuting loudly. "One of us has our father's surname, the other has our mother's. Chloe Hua, you're hitting me without knowing right from wrong. You'll regret it when Ethan Chin arrives." The slap had left her hand red. She pointed at me, furious. "You lowlife, still defiant at this point, let me help you clear your head." With that, she rolled up her sleeves, ready to strike again. I retreated 2 steps, pulled out my phone, and called my brother. Wouldn't that settle everything? I really am his sister. But the man was quick. He snatched my phone, slammed it onto the table. Still trying to call for help? No chance. The phone screen shattered. I frantically bent down to pick it up, but Chloe Hua swiftly kicked it away, then stomped hard on my fingers. "Ah, it hurts to the core." She let out a cold laugh. "Still want my man to come and protect you? Dream on, grab her." Several men immediately rushed forward, holding my arms tightly, forcing me to my knees. At this moment, a few female students walked by, curiously peering into the dorm. "What's going on here? Why are so many people gathered?" I struggled, shouting for help. "Please, someone call the police for me. They suddenly broke in and attacked me." The students saw me forced to my knees on the floor, their faces filled with horror. Chloe Hua raised her phone and said coldly, "She's a mistress. Look, this is a photo of her going to the movies with my boyfriend." I froze. A few days ago, I really did go to the movies with my brother. So, this is why she misunderstood. The other female students immediately looked indignant. "Damn, is she really a mistress? Nana, deal with it. I hate mistresses the most." One girl even spat contemptuously. "You vixen!" Then they cursed and turned their backs, leaving. I trembled with anger, struggling. "Let me go. Hitting people is against the law." Chloe Hua scoffed, bending down to gently pat my face. "Not only am I going to hit you, I'm going to let the whole school see what kind of cheap woman you are." With an asterisk grip, she tore my collar. Then she opened a live stream. "Family, didn't I say I'd catch the mistress? Look, I got her. Sorry to keep you all waiting." I glanced at Chloe Hua's account. She was a social media hot girl with over 10,000 followers. She thrust her phone close to my face. Everyone, take a good look at this lowlife. How dare she try to steal my man? Today, I'll make her wish she was dead. I saw the dense comments flooding the live stream, full of vulgar language. Wow, truly righteous. Catching a mistress like this is good for us too. Pull her shirt down a bit lower, a bit more. Chloe Hua watched the viewership soar, cursing me with hatred. She really is a shameless vixen, getting beaten and still trying to act seductive. With that, she tried to pull my shirt down further. A friend with her quickly grabbed her arm. Chloe, stop it. Be careful, the live stream might get reported for violation. Chloe Hua grudgingly stopped, glaring at me. Then, she casually grabbed an umbrella from the table and slammed it hard onto my head. A sharp pain made me stagger. At this moment, the comments continued to flood the screen frantically. Wow, my sister is awesome. Great hit. Look at that face, definitely a mistress. Damn mistress. My sister's marriage was also ruined by a third party. I heard her boyfriend is the one sponsoring that little girl's tuition. A match made in heaven ruined by this lowlife, truly despicable. I was startled. Sponsor? Could it be that the person my brother was helping was Chloe Hua? I spoke weakly. Chloe Hua, I advise you to stop. If my brother finds out about this, he definitely won't sponsor you anymore. Chloe Hua heard this and burst into disdainful laughter, as if she'd heard a huge joke. How funny. Ethan Chin won't stop sponsoring me for a mistress like you. I don't want to hear his name coming from your filthy mouth. It's disgusting. With that, she delivered several powerful kicks to my stomach. Thump, thump. The pain was so intense I curled up, my internal organs feeling like they were churning. You lowlife, let's see if I kick you to death. The moment you went to the movies with Ethan Chin, I wanted to kill you. How dare you touch my man? I trembled, sobbing, only able to curl up and endure the blows. She suddenly gave an order. You, go pee in there for me. A man immediately smirked and followed the order, peeing directly into the toilet without flushing. Afterward, Chloe Hua grabbed a mop, forcefully poked it into the puddle of urine, then lifted it, looking at me with malicious eyes. I recoiled in horror, instinctively. What are you going to do? Chloe Hua sneered, advancing coldly. A strong, pungent smell of urine filled my nose, making me nauseous. I struggled with all my might, but the men held me too tightly. I couldn't escape at all. I desperately pleaded, no, please no, I'm really not a mistress. But Chloe Hua burst into laughter like a bloodthirsty demon. My pleas only seemed to excite her more. Whack, whack, the mop, soaked in urine, whipped against my body. Sticky, foul liquid clung to my clothes. I felt utterly nauseated. Urine dripped onto my face. Finally, I couldn't hold it in anymore. URGH, I threw up violently. The men immediately let go of me, looking disgusted. Damn, that's gross. Chloe Hua laughed coldly. Serena Shen, if Ethan Chin sees you in this filthy state, will he still want to go to the movies with you? These words jolted me awake. I gritted my teeth, seized the opportunity, scrambled up, and ran straight for the door. I rushed down the stairs, bumping into the dorm manager. She looked at me, my clothes filthy, hair disheveled, tears streaming down my face, and instinctively frowned. What's wrong, dear? As if seeing a beacon of salvation, I clung to her arm, sobbing. Ma'am, a group of people broke in and attacked me. Please lend me your phone. Mine was smashed. The dorm manager was suspicious. How could outsiders get into the dorms and hit you? Ms. Ann must have been lazy and not watched the gate again. With that, she quickly handed me her phone. I shakily called my brother. The moment the call connected, his familiar voice echoed from the other end. Hello. My heart felt like it would burst, tears gushing out. Brother, come to the dorm quickly. Your girlfriend misunderstood me for a mistress and brought a group of people to hit me. I tried to explain, but they wouldn't listen. Before I could finish, my hair was yanked back sharply. You still dare to run, you little B*TCH. I quickly threw the phone back to the dorm manager, using all my strength to grab Chloe Hua's hair, preventing her from easily controlling me. She growled, pulling me in front of the dorm manager. The real fight has just begun, Chloe Hua smirked, putting on a sweet act. Well, well, you still dare to call for help from others. She turned to the dorm manager, pretending to be kind. Auntie, I advise you not to get involved in this. She's a mistress, you know. Helping her won't lead to a good outcome for you. But the dorm manager frowned, her voice filled with indignation. I heard everything. This girl is someone's actual sister, not some mistress. Don't you girls feel ashamed, ganging up on her like this? Stop it right now. I've already called security. Chloe Hua was furious, pushing the dorm manager to the ground. You nosy old hag, how dare you interfere with my business? I gasped, trying to run to help the manager, but a man behind me kicked me hard in the calf. I lost my balance and sprawled onto the floor. Chloe Hua burst into laughter. Ha ha ha, still trying to be a good person? She picked up a stick and landed heavy blows on me. Whack, whack. The pain was so intense I felt like my bones were breaking. But it didn't stop there. She raised her foot, kicking my face and stomach with her high heel. Sharp pains shot through me in waves. I was almost fainting. A man picked up a chair and threw it straight at me. I tried to dodge, but the edge of the chair still cut a long gash on my arm. Blood gushed out. Chloe Hua picked up her phone, continuing the live stream. My darlings, look how miserable this mistress is. After saying that, she pulled out a lipstick and wrote, "Slut," on my face. Now, beg me, who knows, maybe I'll let you off. I knew begging was useless. I could only grit my teeth and utter a cold sentence. You don't deserve him. This remark sent her into a frenzy. Slap, slap. 2 slaps like thunder landed directly on my face. My ears rang, only a buzzing echo reverberating endlessly. Not stopping, she grabbed her handbag and smashed it hard onto my head. Still defiant, are you? Go to hell. I felt a stream of warm blood trickle down my forehead. My throat felt choked. Before I could react, *bleck, I spat out a mouthful of blood. My vision gradually darkened. In a haze, I saw a familiar figure appear. It was my brother, Ethan Chin. Stop it now. Chloe Hua jumped, quickly standing up, stammering, Ethan, how are you here? I weakly called out, brother. My brother stared at me, his whole body covered in blood and filth, unable to bear it. He stiffened, his hands clenched into fists. Chloe Hua tried to cling to his arm, her voice wheedling. Ethan, let me explain. I was just afraid this vixen would steal you away. I hit her because I love you, don't be mad, okay? Slap, my brother swung his arm, slapping Chloe Hua hard across the face. She stumbled to the floor, clutching her cheek, utterly terrified. Are you insane, Chloe Hua? You beat my sister, my actual sister, into this state. Chloe Hua trembled, tears welling in her eyes. Why you hit me? I'm your girlfriend. My brother pointed directly at her face, roaring in anger. Look at her. What's on her body? What's that yellow stuff on her clothes? How vicious are you, Chloe Hua? From childhood, I've never laid a hand on her. And you dare beat her to this state. Chloe Hua bit her lip, tears streaming down her face. You're still protecting her. Everyone in the live stream saw everything. That girl is clearly a mistress. They all bear witness. It was only then that my brother realized she was still live streaming. The comments in the live chat were overflowing. Protecting the mistress, this jerk. This bastard is definitely in cahoots with that vixen. Expose him now, I'll help expose both of them. My brother's chest heaved with rage. Damn it, can't you understand human words? With that, he kicked Chloe Hua's phone hard, sending it flying. The screen went dark. Chloe Hua shrieked, my phone. My brother, like an enraged lion, stomped on the shattered phone. You still care about that damn phone? You hit my sister. Do you think I'll let you off? Get out, I will never sponsor you again. Chloe Hua's face turned ashen white, unable to believe her ears. What? How can this be? You're my boyfriend. My brother gave a cold laugh, clenching his fist tighter. Boyfriend? Then tell me, what is this, my sister, beaten almost to death by you? Chloe Hua was still not reconciled, stammering, but you two have different surnames. My brother scoffed. One has our father's surname, one has our mother's. What's so strange about that? How many times have I told you, but you wouldn't listen? All you had to do was make one phone call to me to verify, but what did you do? You chose to drag a mob here to beat up my sister. My brother looked at her with eyes full of disappointment. Chloe Hua, I've sponsored you for so many years, and I never thought you'd be such a poisonous snake. My brother glared furiously at Chloe Hua. Is this how you repay me? Chloe Hua stood stunned, shaking her head repeatedly. How could this be? How did it turn out like this? My brother picked me up and walked away without hesitation. But Chloe Hua crawled on the ground, clinging tightly to his leg, crying and pleading. Don't go, Ethan. I truly misunderstood. I never heard you had a sister. This is just a misunderstanding. My brother said nothing, shook her off, and continued down the stairs. But Chloe Hua was not resigned. She followed, running and crying loudly, as if intentionally for those around to hear. If your sister hadn't kept clinging to you, demanding you two go to the movies alone, I wouldn't have misunderstood. The students walking by began to whisper, looking at me with ambiguous and suspicious eyes. It seemed that in their eyes, I was the one clinging to my brother, doing shady things. But what was the truth? That day was my birthday. I rarely got to see my brother, so we went to the movies together. In fact, throughout the entire screening, we didn't even have any intimate gestures. Wee-woo, wee-woo, the sirens of police cars and ambulances echoed. The school security hadn't even arrived, but the police and paramedics were already at the door. The car doors opened, and several police officers stepped out. What's happening here? Who called the police? My brother looked coldly at Chloe Hua. You wouldn't let me leave, so let the police take you instead. Chloe Hua panicked, trying to deny everything, but the people who came with her immediately betrayed her. I didn't hit anyone, they did it themselves. Those who had laid hands on me immediately turned to curse. Damn it, you told us to come and hit the mistress. And now you're trying to cut ties? This girl is the mastermind. My brother unceremoniously grabbed Chloe Hua and dragged her in front of the police. I'm the one who reported this. This woman brought a group of people, stormed into my sister's dorm, beat her, and even live-streamed to defame her, claiming she was a mistress. The dorm has surveillance cameras, and her livestream also has full evidence. The police looked at me, my face covered in bruises and blood. Everyone, come to the station with us for investigation. Chloe Hua panicked, crying and screaming. No, I didn't mean it. A police officer reached out to pull her up, but she suddenly struggled free, running to embrace my brother's leg. Ethan, you're just joking, right? You won't sue me, right? And about you sponsoring me, I can't lose your help. My brother disgustedly pushed her hand away. Get lost. Who's joking with you? You have to pay for what you did. Chloe Hua's face was pale, tears streaming down as she repeatedly shook her head. No, please no. But my brother ignored her. Unable to plead with my brother, she turned to me. At that moment, I was being helped onto a stretcher by a paramedic. Suddenly, she lunged, grabbing my hand tightly. Serena, please, forgive me, I just got angry and misunderstood you. You don't want your brother to lose his girlfriend, do you? It's all my fault, don't you feel guilty? She looked at me with pleading eyes, seeing me as her last lifeline. You're a kind girl, aren't you? You'll forgive me, right? Seeing her fake demeanor, I only felt nauseous. I forced out the last of my strength and uttered a cold sentence. You don't deserve my brother. Get lost. The paramedics immediately pushed Chloe Hua's hand away, preventing her from obstructing the treatment. A police officer approached, twisted her arms behind her back, and clamped on handcuffs. You've been arrested for intentional assault and battery. Come with us to the station. Chloe Hua was dragged away, still wailing tragically. My brother followed me into the ambulance. Finally, I felt safe. The pressure that had been weighing on my heart all this time suddenly dissipated. My eyes darkened, and I passed out. Patient in a coma, get her to the hospital quickly. When I woke up, my brother wasn't there, but my parents were. Serena, how are you feeling? My mother's face was filled with worry, her voice trembling. The doctor said you have a mild concussion and a fractured rib and need to stay in the hospital for observation. You nearly scared your father and me to death. I squeezed her hand, smiling weakly. I'm fine, Mom, don't worry. My mother's eyes were full of pity. That vicious girl, your brother definitely won't sponsor her anymore. Not only that, we're going to sue her. So many years of schooling and not an ounce of morality. It was then that I noticed several tall men in black suits behind my parents. I was surprised. Why are there bodyguards? My father's voice was deep, his eyes flashing with cold caution. Just in case some other idiot doesn't know their place. Our family runs a business and has some wealth, so hiring bodyguards isn't uncommon. Knock, knock, knock. My father went to open the door. As he opened it, several unfamiliar people immediately entered, led by a middle-aged woman, followed by a large, stout man and a tall, thin young man. The woman spoke first. "We are Chloe Hua's family. We've come today to apologize on her behalf." Chloe Hua's family had come to apologize on her behalf. Before I could react, they approached my hospital bed and knelt down in front of me. The woman emotionally grabbed my hand. "You're Ethan's girlfriend's sister, aren't you? My daughter and I apologize. We're so sorry. Our family is poor and we didn't raise her properly. We are truly sorry to you." I remained silent, gently pulling my hand away. No matter what they said, the damage was done. Chloe Hua had to take responsibility for her actions. The woman's expression immediately changed. She secretly signaled to the man behind her. He offered a gift bag, placing it in front of my parents. "This is a small gift. We hope you'll accept it. We wonder if you two can be magnanimous and overlook Chloe Hua's mistake. I heard if the family agrees to reconcile, Chloe Hua might not have to go to jail." It wasn't just a simple apology after all. My mother froze, then her expression became stern. "So, you didn't come here to apologize but to bargain?" She forcefully pushed the gift bag to the floor. "No way. My daughter was beaten to the hospital, had urine poured on her, and was defamed as a mistress on Livestream. Do you know how heartbroken I am?" My father also roared in anger. "This matter is not over yet. Please leave." The expressions of the people opposite them immediately changed. But instead of leaving, all three of them simultaneously bowed their heads, begging for forgiveness. "Please have mercy, sirs and madams. Chloe Hua is our only daughter. You two are so wealthy, can't you give her a way out?" Listening to them cry so piteously, it was as if they were the victims. Suddenly, I noticed someone outside the door filming. I pointed outside and shouted, "What are you filming?" The man was startled, turned, and ran away. The bodyguards gave chase but couldn't catch him. At this moment, Chloe Hua's mother suddenly changed her attitude, stood up, and calmly said, "If reconciliation isn't possible, then we'll take our leave." With that, all three quickly left the hospital. I felt uneasy, as if this wasn't over. And just as I thought, that evening, as I scrolled through my phone, a trending news story caught fire online. Serena Shen, the mistress, uses money to force the rightful girlfriend to kneel. I clicked on it and was met with images from the hospital that morning, but the video had been maliciously edited. The scene of Chloe Hua's family kneeling was cut and spliced to make it seem as though my family had forced them to kneel. The video's narration blatantly distorted the truth. Outstanding female student Chloe Hua had her relationship ruined by a mistress and was forced to kneel and beg by a wealthy family. A poor family, pushed to the brink. Even more frightening, my image and name were publicly displayed. The comments below were full of curses. "Mistresses now dare to show their faces publicly like this? It must be true, there are photos and videos. Rich people think they can do whatever they want, huh? Even force people to kneel? Seeing those two old folks kneeling makes me want to cry. This mistress deserves to die. Just look at her face, you can tell she's a vixen, ruining other people's happiness." I clutched my phone, trembling with anger. Just then, my brother walked in. "Serena, come eat. Mom made sweet and sour ribs." But when he saw my pale face, he immediately frowned. "What's wrong?" I handed him my phone to see. As he looked at the screen, his face grew darker and darker. "This must be Chloe Hua's younger brother's doing," he gritted his teeth. "Their family prioritizes sons over daughters. If it weren't for my sponsorship, Chloe Hua wouldn't have been able to go to school. That guy is a freeloading type, now probably wants to use this incident to make some money." He clenched his fist, his voice filled with indignation. "A bunch of bloodsuckers." "It's all my fault, Serena. I dragged you into this." I placed my hand on his, gently comforting him. "It's okay, brother. I'm just being attacked online. I'm not that weak." My brother sighed, his gaze slowly becoming firm. "Serena, just focus on your recovery. I'll handle this. Let public opinion reach its peak. The higher they climb, the harder they'll fall." My brother calmly waited, not rushing to explain himself. Meanwhile, Chloe Hua's family, like a pack of hungry wolves, clung to the massive attention the incident brought. They started live streaming sales. They would cry and recount their hardships while also promoting products. Many netizens, unaware of the truth, felt pity and bought items to support them. A few days later, it was clear to everyone that Chloe Hua's family was getting fatter and their faces healthier. Indeed, they were basking in good fortune. Finally, it was time to counterattack. My brother uploaded a video exposing the truth. These scoundrels are truly shameless, daring to use this incident to sell goods. Don't worry, I've posted the evidence video. Soon, public opinion will reverse. I saw the dark circles under my brother's eyes. He must have stayed up all night. I opened my phone and saw that his clarification video had already reached over 1 million views. In the video, my brother presented the full sequence of events, along with the video footage of Chloe Hua's family at the hospital. Even evidence of his sponsorship over many years and my birth certificate, proving our sibling relationship, were made public. Everything was clear, undeniable. I wondered, brother, how did you get that video from the hospital? He handed me a carton of soy milk, calmly saying, "Father anticipated this, so the bodyguards had cameras attached to them. It really came in handy. The hospital doesn't have cameras in patient rooms. Without this video, our words would have been much less convincing." Thanks to the irrefutable evidence, combined with the media team my brother hired, public opinion quickly turned. I can't believe such a reversal. Their whole family went to the dorm to beat someone and then dared to play the victim. Unbelievable. Good heavens, they're actual siblings. That girl was so wronged. Damn, getting sponsored for tuition and then biting the hand that feeds you. Truly a dog biting its owner. Look at their whole family, it makes sense. Like birds of a feather flock together, but in a negative way, disgusting. I used to support Chloe Hua, now I feel so stupid. Goes to show, don't rush to take sides until you know the full truth. Meanwhile, Chloe Hua's family was still live streaming, but their live stream was immediately attacked fiercely by netizens. Give us back our money. You're the ones who harmed someone and you dare to play the victim? Get out, you scammers. Exploiting the kindness of netizens for money, how disgusting. Under this immense pressure, their live stream channel quickly crashed. All their online stores were also deleted. After many days of being cursed by the entire internet, I was finally discharged from the hospital. Soon after, Chloe Hua's trial officially began. I walked into the courtroom, my gaze passing through the quiet space and stopping on Chloe Hua. She was haggard, her hair disheveled, her body emaciated like a moving skeleton. She had clearly collapsed completely. Suddenly, she abruptly looked up, her breath ragged, then burst into tears, pleading, "Serena, please, I'm still young. I don't want to go to jail. Please, both of you forgive me." I looked at her coldly, offering no reply. Chloe Hua slumped to the ground, sobbing. "You two have already proven your innocence, so why do you still want to sue me? Is it because you two actually have a shady relationship? Serena Shen, Ethan Chin, you two are a filthy couple. You only want to harm me because I exposed you." I let out a faint laugh. Even at this point, she still thought she was right. My brother couldn't take it anymore. He stood up abruptly and roared, "Shut up! This is all you're doing. You have no right to blame others." Thump, thump, thump. The judge pounded the gavel, sternly reminding everyone to maintain order in the courtroom. Although Chloe Hua tried to deny her guilt from beginning to end, faced with a series of undeniable evidence school surveillance cameras, her own live stream, the testimonies of those who participated in beating me, fingerprints at the scene, each piece of evidence presented made Chloe Hua's face grow paler. Finally, the trial concluded. The judge announced that the verdict would be delivered in 2 weeks. Even without an official ruling, everyone knew Chloe Hua would surely be punished. She trembled all over, her body drained of all vitality, her shoulders slumped like a soulless corpse. I noticed that none of her family attended the trial. They had completely abandoned her. Not long after, as I scrolled through my phone, I realized that the enormous cash flow from this incident had all been siphoned off by her family. They had discarded her like a chess piece that had lost its value. And just as expected, Chloe Hua's parents were caught going to the dorm to pack up their daughter's belongings. Chloe Hua hadn't even been sentenced yet, but they were already hastily gathering all her possessions to take away. So, they hadn't attended the trial because they were busy with this. What good parents they were. While packing, Chloe Hua's mother grumbled and cursed. "This jinx, I told her not to go to school. It would have been much better if she'd started working early." But she wouldn't listen. Now look, lost a rich boyfriend, lost all her wedding money, all those years of raising her were useless. Her father, meanwhile, kept rummaging. "Stop nagging, see if there's anything valuable left in the room, take everything. That girl must have hidden a lot of precious things. Sell them to get money for our youngest son." This incident immediately caused a sensation on social media, attracting millions of comments from people who had experienced gender discrimination, favoring sons over daughters. Notably, public opinion began to divide into two opposing views. Actually, Chloe Hua is also pitiable. If she hadn't been born into such a family, maybe she wouldn't have gone down this path. If I were the victim, maybe I would forgive her. Being born into an unfortunate situation isn't her fault. I was annoyed and didn't want to keep reading these comments, because no matter what the past was, wrong actions still required responsibility. I turned off my phone, grabbed the lunch I had just prepared, and drove to the exhibition hall to have lunch with my mother. Although my family had a business, my mother never liked staying idle at home. She used to be a painter and recently returned to painting and organizing exhibitions. The exhibition hall wasn't far. It only took a few minutes to drive there. My mother and I were eating and chatting when a male voice suddenly rang out from outside the door. "Excuse me, is Mrs. Chin here?" I looked up and saw a tall man wearing a cap and a mask enter. My mother, thinking he was a visitor for the exhibition, stood up to greet him. "Yes, that's me. Do you want to see the paintings? I'm sorry, the exhibition opens at 4 p.m. Hearing the answer, the man stormed straight in and knocked over our dining table. Crash, food spilled all over the floor. He stomped fiercely on the pile of food, pointing at us hatefully. "You two still have the heart to sit here and eat. Do you know how much Chloe Hua is suffering right now? Mrs. Chin, you and your husband are so rich, why don't you tell your daughter to forgive Chloe Hua?" I was speechless. Some stranger, out of sympathy for Chloe Hua, came to cause trouble for me. His reason was ridiculous. I stepped forward to shield my mother, saying coldly, "Poverty is not an excuse to harm others. Just because she has a terrible family, does that mean I have to endure her torment? Her poverty is not my fault." The man paid no attention, turning to kick over the easel near the door. Crash, crash, crash. Paintings fell to the ground, frames shattered. He furiously stomped on each painting, his eyes wide with hatred. "I'll smash all your paintings. You rich people only know how to bully the poor." After he had his fill of smashing things, he glared at me, questioning, "You have such good parents, but Chloe Hua doesn't. Why won't you forgive her?" I burst out laughing because it was so utterly absurd. A complete stranger, out of nowhere, interfering and demanding I forgive someone who had tormented me. I asked indifferently, "Are you Chloe Hua's relative?" The man froze, his eyes bewildered as if recalling something. "And no, but my family is as poor as hers. I understand how she feels." He wasn't Chloe Hua's relative. He was just an outsider who liked to meddle in other people's affairs. Before he could say anything more, I immediately grabbed my mother's hand and ran out to the main road. Behind us, the man shrieked furiously, "You damn bitch, where do you think you're going? Just wait, I'll make your life a living hell." I glanced in the rearview mirror, my heart clenching. The man had just pulled a knife from his pocket. The sharp blade glinted coldly in the sunlight, giving me goosebumps. He actually wanted to kill me. Fortunately, my car was parked right by the side of the road. I immediately opened the car door, pulled my mother inside, and locked the doors tightly. His footsteps grew closer and closer. I floored the accelerator and sped off, leaving behind the figure of the crazed man still chasing us. I pressed the gas pedal all the way, rushing straight to the police station. As soon as we arrived, my face pale, I recounted the entire incident. My mother held me tightly, her face still panicked. The police immediately dispatched officers. A moment later, they escorted the man back to the station. My father and brother also received the news and rushed over. Both of them looked visibly shaken. "For now, after this temporary danger, you two shouldn't go anywhere alone. Wait until this matter has settled down." At the same time, they also brought something: the verdict from the court. Chloe Hua was sentenced to 6 years in prison for intentional assault and battery and online defamation. Finally, this day had come. The rock that had been weighing heavily on my heart for so long finally fell. My brother immediately announced the verdict online. This time, almost no one felt sorry for Chloe Hua anymore. On the contrary, a series of news stories exposing her past continuously appeared. Chloe Hua's former schoolmates came forward to expose her. Honestly, Chloe Hua isn't pitiable at all. She was sponsored but never suffered a day. She'd wear pretty dresses every day, flaunting herself to hook rich guys, always carrying a new designer bag. Look at us, we're the poor ones. Not to mention, she even stole things from her dorm room: lipstick, moisturizer, dresses, and was even reported to the police for it. I thought this matter was over, but even more surprisingly, Chloe Hua's string of ex-boyfriends also appeared. Ex-boyfriend 1, I'm the most tragic one. While we were dating, she was also seeing my roommate. Ex-boyfriend 2, don't even mention it. I just gave her a 5,000 yuan bag, and she turned around and played games with my brothers all night, even calling them honey. Has anyone been more thoroughly cuckolded than me? Ex-boyfriend 3, Chloe Hua is a notorious gold digger at school. Anyone who gets involved with her is unlucky. Public opinion reversed strongly. The comments on Chloe Hua's old accounts were full of curses. My brother looked at his phone in silence for a long time. The person he had genuinely loved turned out to be nothing but a dirty con artist. The incident maintained its high profile for a long time. Occasionally, friends would ask me, seeing Chloe Hua suffer her karma like that, are you satisfied now? I just gave a faint smile. It's all in the past. Now, my family no longer worries about Chloe Hua. My mother held a very successful art exhibition. My father and brother just signed several large contracts for the company. I enrolled in a self-defense class to protect myself. The old wounds gradually faded with time. This world is truly beautiful. Phi and Vu. Thank you everyone for listening to the story. Don't forget to follow to hear the latest stories.